Hi, everyone. I hope your week has been going well. Today, I want to explore a little further around the verse we looked at yesterday, 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17. And I'd like to focus on verses 12 through to verse 18. And because it says something that sort of centers also on that verse 17 that we looked at yesterday. And I know this might be going at things a little bit backward, but I wanted to whet your appetite a little bit with verse 17. So let's start with verse 12 and go through to 18. Therefore, since we have such a hope, we are very bold. We are not like Moses, who put a veil over his face to prevent the Israelites from seeing the end of what was passing away. But their minds were made dull, for to this day the same veil remains on the old covenant when it is read. It has not been removed, because only in Christ is it taken away. Even to this day, when Moses is read, a veil covers their heart. But whenever anyone turns to the Lord, the veil is taken away. Let me explain just a little bit of what's going on here. What Paul is talking about, he's talking about the Old Covenant, and that was the covenant of Moses. And the story is when Moses went up to get the covenant, he went up onto the mountain to meet with God. And God gave him the tablets of stone. And when he came down from the mountain, because he had been with God face to face, his face was glowing. And no one could look at him. They would just turn away. And so he would put a veil over his face so that he wouldn't be a distraction for anybody else. But the veil also did something else, which Moses knew was happening, but he didn't want the people to know. And that is that glory was fading away. He had been in the presence of the Lord, but now he no longer was in that direct contact with God. And the veil prevented others from seeing that glory was slowly fading away. And Paul uses that description to say that that's kind of what the Old Covenant did. It brought God's glory there, but it was a fading glory. And even when, up until this day, when the covenant of Moses is read, he says in verse 15, there's still a veil there that covers their heart, so they don't actually get to see the full glory of what God had provided and God wanted to provide. But verse 16 says, whenever anyone turns to the Lord, that veil is taken away. And in verse 17, he goes on to say, now the Lord is spirit, and where the spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. That freedom that we have by the Spirit of God comes because we placed our faith in Jesus Christ. We no longer serve the Old Covenant. The Old Covenant provides the foundation for our faith, absolutely. But we serve the one who fulfilled the covenant. We serve Jesus Christ. Tomorrow, I'll talk a little bit about the last verse. God bless you, church. Hope you're having a good day. Praying for you.